Hello and welcome to Fresh and Fit Kitchen. I'm Janelle. I am your culinary guide. Today we are working on a delicious belly warming pasta that will be a crowd pleaser this winter season. I'm using some of my favorite winter holiday ingredients that include fresh sage as well as fresh basil. We have spinach, mushrooms. I love the cremini mushrooms or the baby bellas. These have a nice meaty dark flavor. Will add a ton of pop to your dishes. We have some shredded mozzarella cheese as well as some ground chicken that I seasoned up with some Italian seasoning and garlic and cooked up as well. We are going to be making a stuffed shell pasta. This is a great pasta that you can feed a crowd with. And then it's also fun because you can hide your vegetables in and underneath all of the delicious cheeses and sauces. And a lot of times your kids will not even notice. And so today we are going to break down how to do that. I just cooked our pasta shells to just under al dente. They're gonna finish cooking in the oven, so we don't want them to turn to mush. I'm using jumbo shells today, but I usually prefer to use the long manicotti tubes, but I couldn't find them when I was out shopping. So as I've always said, part of cooking is adapting to what you have available to you. So we're gonna use the big shells today. Since I've already cooked our meat mixture, we're just gonna add everything else to it that we're gonna use to stuff our shells. So right now I just have about a pound of ground chicken, again, Italian seasoned, a little bit of shredded Parmesan cheese in there. We are going to add some Himalayan sea salt. This is great to put in any dish. I love the pink pop that comes from it as well as the thicker texture that is in your Himalayan salt. We are going to add in our fresh chopped sage. I did about a tablespoon and a half. Fresh sage goes really far. If you cannot find fresh sage, whether it be that the grocery store sold out, it doesn't look very good and has a lot of brown when you get there, just grab some dried sage. It'll work just fine. This is minced ginger, or I'm sorry, minced garlic. Why would we put ginger in this? And then I have our diced cremini mushrooms that we're gonna put in here as well. Wintertime just calls for warm pastas with lots of good flavor, and that's what this one does. And I love the fact that we can use our stuffed shells because it adds more fun to the dish. We don't see stuffed pasta as often anymore. So I added in a bunch of shredded mozzarella cheese, and then I'm also gonna add in ricotta. You can get the full fat or the skim ricotta, whichever you prefer. For me, I'm going into this pasta, I'm going all the way, and I got the full fat ricotta. We're gonna take a lemon and we are going to zest the lemon. The entire lemon will go into here. When you're working with sage and Alfredo, the flavors get really dark really fast. And so doing things like adding in a pop of citrus, fresh basil will really give you a light, bright note to your pasta. Okay. So we're gonna shred that in there. A zester, a Parmesan cheese grater works just fine too if you don't have an actual zester. Just make sure that you flip it over and scrape any of the remaining rind from underneath. A lot of the good bits will hide under there. And then we are going to take this lemon and we are gonna go ahead and juice the lemon in there. I make little cuts at the bottom of my lemon and then just squeeze right on top. It allows you to save the seeds and not have to go diving for them later. All right, and then next we're gonna add in our spinach. And so you can use frozen spinach too. I prefer to use the fresh spinach, but if you're using frozen, just make sure you drain it really well. Cheesecloth, paper towel, either of those will work. And I've just got about a cup of spinach here that I'm chopping up, adding to my mixture. If you don't like any of the ingredients that are in here, just leave them out. All right, and then we're just gonna mix this up. I have a Pyrex baking dish that's greased already, just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil spray. And then in the bottom, I put a layer of Alfredo sauce. It's a very light layer. I'm using a jarred sauce today. Making your own Alfredo sauce is incredibly easy. There are recipes all over for it, but if you're just using a little bit of chicken broth, some of your favorite cheeses, some cream cheese, garlic, that's really all it takes to be able to make an Alfredo sauce. The nice thing about making your own Alfredo sauces is that you can control how thick the sauce is. I find that a lot of times when I go out to eat, the Alfredo sauce is just too much. So, with that in mind, we're gonna start stuffing our shells with our mixture. You can add some sun-dried tomatoes if you want to this mixture. That would be really tasty too and add a really nice pop of color. We are gonna add some fresh tomatoes at the end to brighten it up and again to give us that fresh, crisp bite that we need when dealing with a naturally heavy pasta anyway. The other part about this pasta is that it is budget friendly. Being able to use just a pound of the meat will allow us to feed a ton of people. So whether you have a big family, a crowd party going on, maybe a holiday party for work, this is a great recipe because it'll stretch very far and a little bit will go a long way. When I'm using the big Manicani tubes, it's usually 1 to 2 of those per person. 1.5 is plenty, especially if you pair it with a salad, some garlic bread, something like that. And then if you're looking to lighten this up and you're in the gluten-free zone, or you just don't feel like having this heavy of a pasta, then just turn this into a regular pasta and omit the stuffed shells. Grab some spaghetti squash, roast that off and use that as noodles. Grab some zucchini and zoodle it. Zucchini noodles are awesome. If you're using those kinds of noodles though, please make sure that you do not cook the sauces with the noodles in there. Due to the nature of zucchini and spaghetti squash being very watery in nature, they will break down really quickly. So usually I will just add the sauce to the noodles and not even cook the noodles. The noodles will start to warm with the heat from the sauce that you pour over the top of it, and it will allow it to not turn into mush quite as quickly. If you're going to be storing this pasta, you can store these stuffed shells in the freezer by just applying wax paper between the layers and putting it in an airtight container. Ziploc bags are always a great one as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go and finish stuffing these shells and get them in the oven. When we get back, we will finish these off and then make the salad that we're gonna pair with this nice, homey, warm winter meal. I will see you back in a few minutes. Hello and welcome back. We are ready to finish our crowd-pleasing pasta dish that we've got going on today. We have been working on our lemon and ricotta stuffed shells. So I just pulled this out of the oven while we were gone here. I topped the rest of those shells off with shredded mozzarella cheese and then another layer of the Alfredo sauce on top, and then put that in the oven only for about 10 to 15 minutes, cranked it up to broil at the very end to kind of get some nice of that browning of the cheese on top. And while that's cooling, we are going to make our salad that's going to go with this. I don't typically serve this one with crunchy garlic bread, although you're more than welcome to. I find this to be a very heavy and dense pasta in itself, so I like to pair it with an incredibly simple arugula salad. The bite from the arugula will be a nice complement to the sage and the garlic that's in our pasta, and then it's nice and light and bright. And so I just have some arugula here, and then we're gonna add in just a few things. Really easy salad. I already have some red onion peeled and halved. We're just gonna cut this into some thin strips. You can leave the onion off if you are not an onion fan. You can do just diced onion if you'd like. You know, like I always say, this is your dish. Play with it and find what makes your heart happy and makes your stomach start growling, because that's what you want to go for. I'm going to set that onion off. We'll reserve it and save it for something that I'll use later in the week. Then I'm going to do some pomegranate seeds to add to this arugula salad. If you don't like pomegranate seeds, because the texture is very different, and there's a lot of people who do not find the texture to be appealing, then I would switch over and try for dried cranberries, maybe some dried blueberries, or oranges would be really good, apples. It's that time of year where any of those harvesty type fruits would pair very well with this entire dish. We're going to do some slivered almonds for some crunch and sprinkle those on top. Again, you have any allergies or preferences, just find what fits for you. I'm gonna do goat cheese. As I always say, make feta be your friend on this salad, perhaps just some Parmesan cheese, perhaps go get some fresh mozzarella and put, you know, the nice big pieces of mozzarella on there. That would be fantastic. And then just, nope, that is 4 on top of there. So that is pretty much it for my salad. We'll add a little bit of fresh basil because we have it over there as well. And then little lemon. We're gonna dress it with a lemon vinaigrette. You can make your own, but this one is a nice store-bought, and I'm just gonna do a light dressing of that on there. If you are not serving this right away, obviously hold off on dressing your salad. And then we are going to work with plating our pasta. So this one's gonna be tricky to get out of there because we can't even find the shells through all the sauce, which means it's gonna be delicious. So you and I are gonna work together on how we're gonna plate this, depending on how it all comes out of this casserole dish. Oh, that worked pretty well. Look at all that cheese. My God, that makes me hungry. So while I'm doing this, I have to tell you just a quick little story. My youngest boy just turned 13 back in October, and he had his friends over and wanted to have me cook dinner. His friends all love that as well. Whew, look at that. About 3 shells should be enough per person, plenty per person. And so he asked me to make an Alfredo pasta. So I just did a traditional chicken Alfredo pasta with fettuccine, nothing crazy fancy. Well, I overheard him telling one of his friends who discovered after inhaling his entire bowl of food, and if you think teenage boys, I mean, it's like mounds of food. First time in my life, I have not overcooked. I actually could have used more food, and that never happens for me. And so he's sitting there, his friend just discovers that there's onions in the pasta, and his friend hates onion and didn't want to eat it if there was going to be onion in there. It took him till the very end, and he was so conflicted on whether or not he still wanted to finish this pasta once he found out that there was onions in there. And my son just turns and looks at him, he goes, "See, you loved it." And guess what? I told you my mom was good at hiding veggies. That made me laugh so hard from the other room, because I try and leave the boys to do their things when they have birthday parties and friends over, but I do like to listen because it entertains me. So I'm just gonna double use this spoon because I can, and I'm just gonna scoop some of this salad on here. I mean, if that dinner does not make your stomach start growling, I don't know what to do for you. I think you might need to go seek some professional help. But this is it. This is as simple as it gets. It is so warm and delicious, full of flavor, and you are gonna make anybody who sits at your table feel special while sharing this meal. So that is it for me today. But what I'd like to say is that if you want to get this recipe and many more, please go and purchase my cookbook. It's Fresh and Fit Kitchen with Janelle Hill. You can find it in any of the online platforms where you would purchase books. There's a hard copy, soft copy, and ebook as well if you need instant gratification. And then you can also find it at my website at www.hillskitchenidaho.com. And I look forward to cooking with you again. Having a wonderful evening. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.